we use data.frame function to create a small portion of deck of cards. Now if we want to create the entire deck of cards using data.frame function, then we will have to type in the 52 rows, and each row will have the details such as face type, type of suit and its corresponding value. Now typing 52 rows would be a daunting task, isn't it? But don't worry, you don't need to type in the large datasets, and it is also not advisable, since typing large datasets by hand will lead to the typos and errors. So R provides wonderful option of importing datasets from outside our environment. You can import text files, you can import Excel files, and even other files from the other proprietary software such as SAS and MATLAB. You can also connect to database such as MySQL using R. Now in this video we are going to see how we can able to load the text files and the Excel files into the R environment. Now these text files and Excel files are the most used file format that you will find while working with the data. Now let's first start with the text files. Now I have saved the entire deck of cards data in deck.csv file. .csv file is called as a comma separated file. These are the plain text files, and if you open the file you can see that it contains the table of data, with each row of the table is saved on a separate line, and comma is used to separate the value within each row. And because the comma is used to separate out the values within each row, it is called as a comma separated file. Now let me show how to open the text file in R. Now where you have to go to the import dataset icon in RStudio and then select from the text file. Then select the file you want to import and then it will open the wizard. You can name the dataset. In this case I am naming my dataset as deck1. Then you can select whether the dataset comes with the header, and in our case the dataset comes with the header, so we select yes. Then you can select the type of the separator used to distinguish the cells in the dataset. There are various types of separators that you can see. Select the one which is appropriate to the dataset, and then which character it uses to represent the decimals. Usually period is used for the United States and the comma is used in Europe, and that's why you can see there are two options that are given. Now you can also see that the wizard also gives you the raw file look of how the dataset would look like based on your input setting. And the last but not the least, which is very important parameter to take care of, is you need to unclick the box string as factors in the wizard. Now I highly recommend that you do this, because if you do, then R will load all your character strings as a character strings. But if you click on string as a factor box, then R will treat the character strings as factors. But I highly recommend that you unclick the box string as a factor. So I've unclick the box string as a factor, and then everything looks fine, perfect. Then you can simply click on import, and RStudio will read the data and it will save it to a data frame. Now RStudio will also open a data viewer, so you can see that your new data is shown in a spreadsheet format. Now once everything looks fine, then you can see the first few rows of the dataset with the help of head function. So I use head function, then it shows me the first 6 values, first 6 rows of the data frame. Similarly, if I use tel function, then it shows me the last 6 values. If I want to change the number of rows that I want to populate, then you can simply type in the number of rows that you want to populate, and then the head function will show you those many numbers. Now let me show you how you can import the Excel file. To import the Excel file, you again go to the import dataset from Excel, and then this wizard will open. Now here, in your case, if RCPP package is not loaded in your R environment, then R will prompt you to first install that package, and once you install that package, then you can able to import the Excel file with the help of import Excel wizard function, import dataset function. So once you load the RCPP package, then R will automatically open this wizard. Now here what you have to do, you have to browse the file where you have to browse the Excel file. Now in this case, I go to the data files and I select this movies Excel file. I click on open. Now you can see that R is actually loading the Excel file in the environment, and here you go. This is the Excel file that R has imported. This file basically is the list of all the movies of various genre. This file is taken from IMDB database, so it has various information related to the movies, like its rating, then country where it has released, its genre, and its release date, etc. So this is the Excel file that I have imported. Now I click on import. Once you click on import, then you can see that IMDB movies database is created. So this is the data set that R has created, and you can see that data sets being populated in separate window. Now similarly, if you want to have a quick view of how the data set looks like, here IMDB dataset. If you run this, so you can see the first 6 rows of the dataset. Okay, so this is how you can able to load the Excel file with the help of import dataset function.